guys, so today I am going to be trying to take the tiny house apart and making a material list. I'm trying to order 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s. I am going to be starting to build this tiny house like in the next week or two, and I need to order materials. So I tried to, my initial attempt was to use SketchUp to produce that for me, but I was having some problems. So let me just show you what I'm trying to do first, and then I'll show you what I was trying to do with SketchUp and how it didn't work and how I'm going to solve this problem for now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layers here. First I'm going to minimize components because I don't really need that. Here are all my layers. I got it all organized now, so I can literally start peeling this tiny house apart. So first things first, let's take out the exterior sheathing. So layer sheathing exterior, and then that exposes the framing. That's the so that's all the exterior sheathing for the roof and for the sides. Now I'm going to take out the interior sheathing, which is really just like, you know, interior paneling, so we can see right through the framing to the interior of the house. Boom. Look at that. All right, let's take out those stairs. We don't want to see those. They're confusing the issue. Let's take out the kitchen stuff and all the appliances and the bathroom stuff. So I'm going to take out, let's take out the kitchen cabinets and appliances. Okay, that's out. Now let's take that bathtub out. Right over there, we don't want that. Bathroom appliances. Let's take out all the flooring. That's just getting in the way. Where is flooring? Floors. There we are. Okay, now we're exposing the subfloor. Okay, I think that actually might be enough to do this with. Okay, that might be enough. But one thing, you know, if you guys are, if anybody's coming in right now and seeing me peel apart these layers, if you go back and start to watch some of the videos of me drawing this tiny house, you'll see how I was organizing these things into layers. Like the frame walls, for example, they are, that's the back, so we want the front. So basically, all of these frame walls are on separate layers, so I can make them all disappear individually. And what's really nice about that is, if I just wanted like that wall, for instance, that wall component, I can literally just take everything else out except for that wall component. And then that's it. And now I can actually create like a framing plan. This is I have like I don't even know, like a whole, like maybe like, you know, 10, 15 wall components. I'm going to build them all on the ground first separately, and then I'm going to raise the house in a single day. The reason for that is it's like I can build these wall components by myself, maybe with a little bit of help from Justine, get them all ready, and then have a couple friends come. We can raise them all. So one really cool thing to do here is we can go to camera, and we can do, wait a minute. The heck was that? Or, whoa, what just happened there? Okay, so if I was to, you know, view this piece, if I was to go to camera and to change to parallel projection, now I can get, without having like any kind of field of view, I'm getting literally a straight on projection of these pieces. And I can also put in measurements to dictate, you know, what the length of this should be, wherever I want, just using the dimension tool. I can probably even do it from a parallel projection. Yeah, just like, wait a minute. Why did that go like that? This might be a little bit funny in the parallel projection. I'm trying to go this whole thing. Yeah, I don't know, something funny is happening here. Let me try to go to perspective again. Get rid of, whoops. I don't know what that is either. I'm going to undo a bunch of stuff. What the heck is that? some little line. In any case, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to just undo everything in a moment. But if I was to create, now I'm in perspective view again, so if I was to create some dimensions, just happened there. Okay. All right, so what I can do here, if I want to get a nice like printout of like a section view of this framing, apparently like my orientation that I'm using for my model isn't correct. I'll have to look into that. So if I go to camera, standard views, and go to right, in this case, I probably want this to be front, maybe. I don't know. The point is, if I go to right, it gives me along the axes that I've set here and the way I've done my model. It's looking at it straight from the right. I don't have to try to orbit and get this. It sets it for me, and then I can go to camera, parallel projection, and then boom, I got this perfect projection all squared up that I can print out. And then I can use this as my plans to build this particular wall. And I can do this for each of my individual wall components, have a plan to work off of, and I'll be confident that if I build it to spec, as per this section, it'll all fit in properly, because the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the fact that I got this entire model all fitting together, and this represents reality as long as I match the dimensions. This is really cool because I don't think I have the ability. I didn't go to architecture school. I didn't learn how to draw this type of stuff by hand. So SketchUp really is an amazing tool, giving me the ability, the power to be confident, to make drawings and then separate them apart into separate components and then build to that spec and be super confident that it's all going to fit together. It's amazing for that. I'm just going to close this. I don't want to risk. Yes, I'm going to revert. Do not open the autosave. Okay. Now we're back to snuff. Okay, so now it's time to start trying to pull this thing apart and figure out what lumber I need to order. Okay, I'm going to put this back to 35 degrees. Okay, now we're good. So back to the layers. I am going to take out exterior sheathing. Oops, keep doing that. I'm going to take out interior sheathing. I'm going to take out the stairs. I'm going to take out the trailer too. There's no need to even see the trailer. I'm going to take out the floors. I'll take out the bathroom appliances. I'm going to take out the kitchen cabinets and appliances. And now all I have left is framing. So right now I'm not trying to build walls. I'm just trying to get like a pretty close estimate of how much material I need. Now, what I was first trying to do was somehow derive a material list out of this. So there is this component list, and go home, I think it's going to give me what I want. Yeah, so it's showing me all my components in my model. These are all the components that I've created that are being used currently in my model. And this is great. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I want a list of the quantity of unique components that I have in my model, and that will be my material list that I order. For the most part. I have some finagling to do, as you'll see. But the problem with this is there's no way to export this. Well, before I even get to that, you know, this is something that I didn't even know going into this. But when I started creating everything as a component, if I hadn't done that, if I had just created groups, although with some plugins, supposedly there is a way to do it with groups too, but definitely with components, I wouldn't be able to just see a whole list of all the components that I'm using in my model. And I wouldn't be able to certainly not export that data with all the dimensions to use for a material list. So the fact that I had gone with components, this is yet another advantage. Sorry about that. This is yet another advantage to having created components. So I found out that the easiest way this probably could have been done was to do generate report. But the problem is that's in Pro only, and I don't have Pro. There is a trial, but my trial already ran out, and I think if I uninstall this and reinstall it, it's gonna know that the trial has already expired. So I am not going down that route. Unfortunately, I really think that could have been it. It does generate a report of all the components and their dimensions. I don't know if it groups similar or exactly sized components, or it tells you quantity of components. I don't know. I just read a little bit about it online, but I can't do it anyway, so it's a bummer. Another thing that's out there is there's a cut list. I'll actually just search for it. Let's see here. Okay, so Google. Okay, so SketchUp. Yeah, SketchUp. I was searching for this stuff before. So SketchUp component list, right? So the first thing that comes up is this cut list extension by this guy who apparently passed away a few years ago. I can see in the comments that was a bummer. Sad. But I did the research on this thing, and it's not real. It's really meant as a cut list to you know, basically like for sheet goods and stuff, like if you're making furniture, and to kind of like group your pieces of plywood pieces like onto a single sheet of plywood to tell you how many sheets of plywood to buy. Does it give you? Yeah. So it's showing you like how to put these different legs into like one other piece. I don't need to like do a cut list. I need to do a material list. I need to just get a list of my components. So the next thing I saw was, I forgot exactly how I found it. I was just looking through the forums and different things. There's a few different cut list extensions for SketchUp, but that's not what we're looking for. There's a thing called space design. And the problem with space design is that there's this thing to create a report. But honestly, like I couldn't figure it out. I think like all of these things are depending on attributes inside of your components. Attributes that I don't have. Like if I go into this 2x4, I say properties, statistics, select. Honestly, I don't even know. The honest truth is, I'm just going to skip past all this stuff, guys. If somebody out there knows how to export a list of components without the pro version, to get a material list of exactly how many linear feet of, or all, I can get a spreadsheet. There's like a CSV exported file of a spreadsheet of all of my different pieces of 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x8s, and then I can do the math and figure out how many 2x4x8s and how many 2x4x12s and 16s that I want. Please let me know, and I will put it on this channel, and I will update you guys. I'm going to do this the hard way, unfortunately, and it's going to require estimation, and I may overbuy, or I may underbuy, and then have to get another delivery. I think, if anything, I want to underbuy, and if I find myself running low, I'll just have another delivery come. I think that would probably be the way I'm going to choose to do this. I don't want to have extra material laying around. So the way I'm going to do this is, let me actually take all the back wall stuff out so I am not confused when I look through this thing. Let me take out the bathroom wall out. Let me take the side walls or the end walls out. Okay, and let me take the roof out. Okay, so now I'm just looking. And I don't even need the subfloor. Let me get rid of the subfloor too. Okay, and the cantilevers. Wow, so much stuff to get rid of. Okay. Oh yeah. Nah, I don't need to get rid of that stuff. It's fine. That's good enough. Okay, so what do we got here? How tall are these 2x4s down here? They're 6 foot 3 1/4. So 6 foot 3 1/4. And then we got 4 foot 1 1/4. So, unfortunately, I can't utilize a 2x4x12 for the two of these pieces together. That's not going to work. If I were to do 2x4x8s for these pieces, that would also be problematic. So then I'd have like 1.5 feet of extra cutoffs, little cutoffs that I wouldn't be able to use for anything else. What are the height of these guys? 4'7". You know, I'm going to write all these down. Let's do this. Notepad. Start taking some notes here. Let's actually put this over here. Put that over there. Make this really small. Okay. So we got 4'7 1/4. So that is 55 inches and a quarter. 55.25 inches. How many of those do we got? We got this times 2. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 of those. I told you this was going to be painstaking. This is how it's going to happen. And then we got, how tall are these? 6'3". So we got 72.75 inches. These are going to be 2 by 4. Okay, 72.75. So how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? I'm going to count like these guys as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Call these down here 8. 9, 10, 11. 12. Nope, those are longer. Oh, these are not longer. Oh, yes, they are. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And that's all going to be times 2. So there's 44 of those. And they're going to be times 2 because they're on the other side. These walls are pretty much identical. Okay, so that's how many of those we got. And then we have these headers. I'm going to deal with the headers later, but we got, and I'm going to deal with the linear footage of these like sills also later. So let's call sills and headers we're going to deal with at the end. Okay, so now how many of these guys do we have? How tall are these? 4'1 1/4. So 49 1/4. 49 1/4. How many of these we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Call that 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's call these 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 62 of these. Okay. Alrighty. That would be that. And let's see. So we definitely need, so these are just those. So yeah, let's get these in here. Let's get these tall guys. That's 10 foot 8.5. So that's 128.5. We need just one of those. And then we need, how tall are these? 710, 84, 94 1/4. One of those. And then these right here. 6'8", so 72, 80 3/4 times 2. And let's get the sole plates. Oops. (9'7". Yeah, see, this is where, like, you know, I could measure out every single one, but what I'm really just trying to do is get the gist of it. So 9'7". This is a 2x12. So I'm just gonna start separately, just start adding up, like, you know, I'm just gonna go for a 2x4x12 for this one, or sorry, a 2x4x10 for this one. So let me just start doing that. Okay, 2x4x10. So what ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to translate those into I wanted to first get the ones that like weren't super unique. Like in reality, these are separate. These are the ones that have a high quantity of the same dimension. So I want to see how I can like finagle that to like utilize maybe 2x4x16s and utilize more material, have less waste. But when you got these like one-offs, like these like sole plates, and then the top plates, and like this like, you know, these unique pieces around this crazy door framing and all that stuff, those are one-offs. So I'm just gonna like just say, okay, it's 9'7". I need a 2x4x10 for that. This one up here, this top plate, and this sole plate. (11'6". That's a 2x4x12. That's 11'7". That's a 2x4x12. So that's two 2x4x12s. So we need one down there. We need two there. All right. What's this guy? That's only like 6, 7. So we need one, two, 2x4x8 for that. And these walls are unique on each side. Well, I know this one is actually, well, we'll worry about that when we get to the other side. Actually, I could probably just, even though they're not identical on the other side of the wall, they're very close on the other side. So I can just duplicate those numbers. So I'll just duplicate all that. I'll just double it. That'll be fine. Okay, and how long are these? Like this guy, it'd be really nice to, oh, this is one component. This has to be this long. Okay, so how long is that? That's 17.1. Wonder if I can get a 2x4x20. Wonder if that exists. Huh. If a 2x4x20 doesn't exist, I am going to, I still could do it in two, I could do this whole piece in two separate top plates, and then just like put a brace underneath it to hold it together on top. Alternatively, I could break this wall up. I wonder if there was a reason why I felt like this wall had to be one solid wall. Do I smell some refactoring here? Some re-engineering? Yeah, I don't really see a reason why. It has to be one big wall. Huh. Well, let's see. For now, I'll just put 2x4x20. See if that exists. Okay, so this one 11 foot 4. So we need 1, 2 of those, 2 by 12s, times, so we'll need 4 more of those. That brings the total of those to 8. And how long is this section? 2 by 4 by 10, 2 more of those, make that 4. This is definitely an 8, so we'll make that 4. We need 2 more of those. Okay, we'll get the sills in a moment. See what these end up being. 12 and 12, so we need 4 more of those, so we'll do 12 those. Okay, and now we need some 2 by 4s on their edge for the platform. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 12s. I think this one is the same distance. Yeah, so 4 12s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the other side, plus this little guy, which I think is just an 8. Yeah. So 5 more, so we'll get 17 of the 2 by 4 by 12s, plus 1 more of the 2 by 4 by 8. And now let's do the sole plates. I think for these sole plates, I could just get some 12s. That's a bummer, those are 3s. Those are 4 foot, so those are, let's say those are 10 feet. These are 3 feet each, so this will be 6.5, 10. Let's just call that 17 linear feet. This is 7, so that's another 15 feet. It's 30. That's another 5, 35. That's another 10, 45. So we need 90 linear feet for all the sills, give or take, on both sides. So 90 linear feet. 90 divided by 12, 7.5. So let's just get 8 2 by 4 by 12s for that. 25. And this is let me convert these into these as well. So that's going to be 1 more. It's 26. That's a 2 by 4 by 8. It's 2. So is that. It's 2 more. So it's 4. Okay. All right, so that will account for basically both side walls for the most part. Close enough. Let me see how I can convert these now into the best combination. So if we say 55.25 plus, let's say 49.25, we get 104.5. So if we break those up, so we get 10s, that'll be 15.5 inches. If we get 2 by 4 by 10s for those two pieces, that'll be 15.5 inches of waste. So that's a possibility, but we're going to have a lot of little pieces left over. If we do 55.25 plus 72.75, 128, even. Well, 128, that's a little bit closer. We could so it's 16, that's 128. 144 is 12 feet. So that's 16 inches there. So we still have the same kind of loss factor if we do 2 by 4 by 12s for those two pieces. let's do 72.75 plus 49.25. It's 122. We're just over 10 feet. There's no great solution for this. So I like to try to go generally as long as possible. I'm just going to do 2 by 4 by 12s for 72.75 plus 49.25. No, not that one. It was 55.25 plus 72.75. So these two pieces, I'm going to do 1 2 by 4 by 12 for each pair. So we have how many? Oh no, that won't work either because there's 62. Yeah. So let's do this a little bit easier. Let's just say we can get the pieces we need out of pairs of these and out of pairs of these. Okay? Let's just say that. And we can also get 2 49s out of a 12-footer as well. So let's do all 2 by 4 by 12s, and let's get the total linear feet of the whole thing. So 55.25 plus 72.75 plus 49.25. Divide that by... Wait, sorry, that's not right. 55.25 times 8. So that's 26. 26 of them. Not 26 of them. That's... We'll leave this as inches. Keep this simpler. 55.25 times 8. That's 442 inches. And then 72.75 times 44. That's 3201 inches. And then 49.25 times 62 is this many inches. Okay. So now we'll add up all the inches. 3201 plus 442. Divide that by 12. And we have 558 feet. Let's divide that by 12 feet. And we need, we'll round up, and we need 47 2 by 4 by 12s. So we have 26 already on the docket, times 47. Whoops. 26 plus 47. That's 73. And we can delete all this stuff. Okay, so now, more or less, this much lumber is going to get me pretty much both side walls constructed, for the most part. Okay, so now let's get rid of all that stuff. Let's see how much I need for this. I gotta turn my phone off. This thing just is going off the hook here. Silence that. Okay, so let's see how many of these I got. And just as a note, you know, 2 by I don't have like a giant miter saw here, so 2 by 4 by 16s, buying all of those. Whereas I think like it's best to buy longer pieces because it gives you more options. They're just going to be a little bit unruly on my miter saw. I'm going to have a miter saw stand, but in reality, like imagine a miter saw stand that goes out to maybe like 6 feet, maybe 7 feet wide, but then I got the 16-foot piece on it. That's going to be tough sometimes, especially if I need to cut a piece off the end. So by getting more 2 by 4 by 12s and some 2 by 4 by 8s, it's going to be much easier to manage on my miter saw. So that's just a general note here. So these pieces are 7'11". Let's just call these 8 feet. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, right. These are going to be exposed, and we're thinking about maybe doing these in a nicer wood. We could plane them. That's interesting. Yeah, what kind of nicer wood Yeah, I'm going to keep those out because I think we're going to do something. We'll do something a little bit different for those. So forget that for now. Okay, we already did the sides of the platform. Okay, so let's get rid of this platform. All right, so let's get the end walls next. Okay, we'll just multiply this times 2. Pretty much the same. Okay, so 6'3" So 60, 72.75. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 over there, so we need 15 of these. We got approximately 15 of those pieces. And what do we got up here? These range from 3'7" all the way up to 4'1". Let's just call these all 4-foot pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a total of 14 4-footers. And then we got these 2 plates. Seven foot 7. Call that 8 feet. We'll call that 8 feet. We got 4 of those over here times 2. So we got 8 96 inches. Okay, that takes care of the end walls. Oh wait, we got these sills too. Let's not forget those. (4'3). So we just need another 10-footer for that. So we'll make this 5. Okay. All right. Let's hide these guys. Let's look at these cantilevers now. So I already got these 45-degree pieces. Those are 5x5. I already have those. Those are cedar. I milled those up with local cedar. And, oh, these are a little bit bigger. These aren't 2x4s. We'll come back to those. I think these are 2x6s. I have to rip those. Are funny pieces. I had to rip those down. We'll come back to those when we do all the headers. Okay, let's take a look at the roof. Okay, so all of these pieces a little bit over 8 feet. So these have to be, oh, these are also not 2x4s. All right, well, I guess we have to skip past 2x4s then. So these are a little bit over 8 feet. So these are 2x6s, I'm pretty sure. 5 1/4, yeah. Okay, so we need 8'2". So these are 10-footers that we need. And what about the end pieces? Probably these will work also as 10-footers. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so these are 2x6s. We need 30 2x6x10. Okay, and we got 32 feet, so on the length of this, actually probably a little bit longer. What is the length of this? $32 feet exactly. So that's great. So 4 2x4 by 2x6x16s will work for that. 2x6x16. Great. Okay, so that's the roof. What I was also missing is that there's these top plates in here. I got a top plate right here. It's hidden in here. And then I got another top plate on top of the framing walls. So that will be 4 2x4x16s. So put those in. Okay. Oof, I didn't translate these into 2x4 pieces yet. Let me do that before I forget. All right, so we got 8 at 8 footers, so we can just add that to this. 12. On these 48-inch pieces, we can get those out of 2x4x8s or 2x4x12s actually. So that'll be fine. We should do that. Get 3 of them out of. They were a little bit less than 48 inches, so that shouldn't be a problem. So if we can get 3 in a 2x4 by 12, we've got 14 of them that we need. So divide that by 3. Let's just get 5 more 2x4 by 12s. Bring that up to 78. Okay, let's get rid of the roof and the top plate. Okay, so what else do we... So we got to go back and get the headers, but we also need to get all of those... Yeah, we got to get the, whatchamacallits, the cantilevers, the 2x6s. So let's go back to the cantilevers. Let's just do this real quick. Oh, I didn't finish this. Just got sidetracked. Whoops. So what did I just say here? Oh, I just added those. Yeah, I added those 4 footers to the 2x4x12. That was the last 5 that I added. And then the 72.75. So let's see, 72.75 times 2. 145. That's just over a 12 footer. So this isn't going to really work out too well. I'm just going to go with 8 footers for these. I need 15 of them. So I'm just going to say add 15 to the 8 footers. This is going to bring us up to 27. Okay. Keep in mind, guys, that like I'm probably going to make some mistakes on cutting, and I'm going to need to place a second order. But the idea here, I can't stress enough, is I don't want to have more material than I need. I don't want to hold on to material. So I'm kind of just buying the bare minimum that I could theoretically maybe complete this structure with this, and adding a little bit of waste onto it, and then I'll use up all that lumber, and then once I see what I need left, then I'll place my second small order and have that delivered. That's my plan. Okay, so let's see what this is. These are all 2x6s. So that's 8 footer. 8'2". Okay. So I'm going to need 10 footers for those. So I need 2 10 footers. Bring this up to 32. I need 2 8 footers. And how many of these do I have? How long are these? These are 2 feet. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. So we can do Yeah, with the curves, well, they actually are an inch under 2 feet. So what was that again? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We need two of those. We need 28. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we need 28 in total. 28 linear feet. So we can get two 12s. Let's just get three more. Let's just get three 12s. Or I've got a lot of 10s here already, so let's just keep the 10s. They're easier to manage. So 1, 2, 3. 8 feet. We'll just get three of these. 35. Okay. That takes care of the cantilevers. Now we just need to bring back all of these headers. So those are basically nearly 9 feet. So let's just do 10 footers for these. We need 4 of those. 2 by 6 by 10. So that'll be 39. How big is this? Do the two big ones first. 8 feet. Yeah, so that's definitely got to be 8 footers. And so that's, what was that just now? Yeah, so I added 4. Okay, so 4 8 footers. Man, skipping between these is really annoying. Okay, so let's all add all these up. Let's say 3 foot 3, let's just say 4 feet. Plus 4 feet, they negate each other, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 4-footers at this point. 3 footers. 8. So that's 24. I'm just going to add up the total linear footage here. That was 24 feet. I'm also duplicating for the other side, give or take. So these are 3, 3, 6. We got 12 feet added onto that, 36 feet. Another 3 and 3. 12, so we'll say it's 48 linear feet. And this guy, 4 feet, that was 4, we'll say it's 16 linear feet. 64 linear feet of headers there. We'll just multiply that by 2. Sorry, that's already multiplied by 2 for the other end wall. And let's just, for the other side wall, for the back wall I'm calling it. And then for the other end walls, we have almost no headers. Yeah, basically nothing. Okay. And I don't think I did the sills yet. Honestly, I can't remember. That was silly. Oh boy. Okay, so 64 linear feet. Let's those are all relatively small pieces, so let's just get 10s on this. So we'll get 7 10s. 46. Yeah, I honestly I don't know if I wasn't keeping very good track here, so I don't know if I have all the sills for the windows, framed openings in this, but I got a really substantial lumber order right here. I'm good just starting with this for now. I'll be able to get this thing pretty much framed with this. So let's put this. I'll just leave it like this. Okay, so next thing we need to do is figure out our plywood. Okay, so that's gonna, let's first take a look at the subfloor. And these are basically full sheets for the most part. Well, some of these might be like halves. So let's take a look here. That's 2 foot. That's going to end up being most of a full sheet. What's this little guy over here? 1 foot 4. So there is a neat little way to, for this we could totally do a cut list. So what we can do is we can draw some rectangles. So 8 foot by 4 foot. Yeah. Okay. Can do it like that. That's fine. Let's duplicate that a few times. Okay. Now I can just grab, well, you know what? Let me actually do these a different way. 4 foot by 8 foot. Okay, just duplicate these. Yeah, I don't need another one. Okay, probably don't even need nearly that many. So let's first get these little end guys. How are we going to arrange these? There goes one. There goes another one. There goes one. There goes another one. Let's move these all right next to each other. Okay, so that was those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I think I missed one of these small guys. Yeah, so I got 2 small guys, I got 2 long guys, and I got one of these. Yeah. And then I'm sure I could get like one more of these out of a cutoff off of one of these. So I'm pretty sure I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I probably get another piece off of one of those. So 8 plus 9. I'll take 8 full sheets, 9 for most of these little pieces, and I know off at least one of these sheets I'm going to get a big enough piece to get one of those. So I'll order 9 sheets and put that in my text file. So 4 by 8. I want that Advantix. Advantix. Or Advantix. OSB? I have to do a little more research. That might be OSB, or I might just get like a CDX. Not sure yet. But I definitely want to not have a squeaky floor. So, that's that. Man, oops. Okay, delete all these guys. Just undo all this. Alrighty. Now we need, what's the next thing we're doing plywood for? All the sheathing. Okay. So let's take a look at exterior sheathing. I guess we can start with the roof. I'm pretty sure these are almost full sheets of plywood here. These are full sheets of plywood. Then these guys, how big are these? Two foot 4 inches. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, there's gonna be real no way around that, is there? Yeah, it's just the way that has to be. Because it's just a little bit more than 8 feet wide, this roof. So I'm going to have a problem no matter what, because plywood sheets are only 4 feet wide and 8 feet long. So it's going to be an issue either way. So I'm going to have like a lot of like 1 and 8 inch cutoffs, which I could probably use for subfloor stuff and for other stuff. So, you know, again, I'm not going to go through all the trouble of trying to, because honestly, I'm probably not going to use this exact pattern layout for how I did the sheathing. Probably just going to put it up and make it work. I'll use something like this. Or probably if I was smart, I would use this exact thing because I laid it out for a reason. Okay, regardless, I'm going to go minimal on my plywood. And looks like, okay, how tall is this? Can I use some of those cutoffs for this right here? Dang, 2 foot 6. It's going to be another problem. I'm going to have a lot of wasted plywood on this. You know, I could get really creative here and I could rip all these down. Ugh, I don't want to do that though. How much height is this total? It's around 10 feet, 10 foot 6. No, there's no good way. It just has to be like this. Alrighty, so let's just count these sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How long are these? Oh, man, just over 4 feet. Bummer. Such a bummer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 on one side, doubled, give or take, that's 28, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, so 4 on each end, so that's 36 pieces, and then up here we're going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. 48 sheets. I almost don't want to buy 48 sheets because I feel like I could. Okay, first of all, I don't think that Advantix OSB is the right thing for roofing. So I'm just going to put CDX for now. I'll figure that out. I don't want to buy 48 sheets. I think what I should do is, I'm not gonna have any other use for plywood after this. So I'm gonna buy 40 sheets. I'm gonna buy 40 sheets. I'm gonna figure out how to make this work. As I go, I'm gonna see if I can utilize my scraps, and when I figure out how many sheets I have left, if I need 8 more sheets, I'll buy 8 more sheets. If I need 3 more sheets, I'll buy 3 more sheets. That's how I'm gonna handle it. All right, so that's plywood for now. Just need to find out if I'm doing Advantix for the floor, for the subfloor, if I'm doing Advantix for the roof, if I'm going to use regular CDX or like the Advantix with the vapor, with the... Oh yeah, see, I don't need Yeah, okay, so since I'm doing closed cell blown in cellulose, I don't need a water barrier. I don't need a vapor barrier, rather. So I don't need that like green stuff with the tape, because that has a vapor barrier built into it. I'm not doing fiberglass insulation. So, open cell insulation, rather. So, I don't need that stuff. I'll figure it out, and I'll update you guys on what I'm actually using for the sheathing. I got to do some research on that. But I think that pretty much is my first order of lumber here. So that's it, guys. Here it is. Plywood. That is how I have just broken down the tiny house, and I'm purchasing my framing and sheathing lumber order. Hallelujah.